Sean, this is the third year of Cork Meet. How does it compare with the other years?
Well, this year it's a little different insofar as the first 2 years have been based around Cork and the venue and full 3-day event. And one of the requests that we've been having regularly from Cork companies was that they would really like to get to the metropolitan area of Dublin and Dublin City and the surrounding area. And we're absolutely thrilled that we have about 200 companies in the room here today meeting up with our Cork companies and stuff like that. So it's been great. The format is slightly different in that it's a one-day business-to-business networking. It's purely concentrating on the business meetings and the informal networking around that. But it's certainly something that we would have an appetite to do in the future.
Today's event is a very cost-effective way of meeting a lot of companies in a short space of time. Takes a day, and after that you have a list of companies you can contact for the year after it. So very effective, very cost-effective way of doing your networking.
Do you agree that it's really important for companies, especially the Indigenous Irish companies, to get out there and meet their counterparts in Cork and Dublin?
Well, absolutely, yes. And I've spoken to several of them this morning that are obviously identifying networking as a key result area, and they're putting figures on it. They can tell you how many emails they've sent out, how many people they've met. So an event like this fits right into what they already realise is the most important part of developing new business.
These are small businesses, they don't probably have time to network as much as they could and think about strategy. So it's great to have an event like this. And you'll probably find also that the Cork businesses network amongst themselves and the Dublin businesses network amongst themselves. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. These small businesses are very important, and the majority of businesses in any country employ less than 10 people, and it's really important to work with them. And some of them will grow, but even if they just stay what they are, they're still making a contribution.
So Oisín, this is the third year of Cork Meet, but the first year that Dublin have been involved. How did that come about?
Well, in each of the 4 Dublin enterprise boards, we run our own business networks, and we're finding that there is a very strong desire among business owner managers for continuing with networking events. Now, we discussed with our Cork colleagues who ran, and we were watching that space for the last couple of years, where they ran the Cork Meet event. And it was tremendously successful. And the thing about this type of event is it's a very different model to the model that we normally would use. We all have fantastic networks. Each of the Dublin boards have women in business networks. We've also business networks for small startup businesses. But this particular event is a very unique model, and it's terrific. It is absolutely super, because what's behind this is a software mechanism which effectively organises and helps the companies to meet with clients that they would like to meet, or potential clients that they'd like to meet, or indeed partners that they may partner with in business. So from the perspective of the participants here, you will hear them themselves saying that effectively the engine behind this, the software, really enable them to get directly to the people who would be of benefit to them in their business. And that's what networking is all about.
I think the Cork Meet event is excellent. I think it's a great opportunity to network, and the formal meetings obviously are excellent because you can sit down and you can chat to people, but the informal sessions which happen on the sidelines and out of the coffee and that are brilliant. There's a good positive vibe out there.
And how are you finding it so far?
Very interesting, meeting a lot of very interesting people, and there's certainly a huge scope for potential work to be done, so yeah, it should be good.
And how are you finding the event so far today?
Fantastic, it's been great. We're lucky enough that we can talk to any company. Everyone's looking to save time and money, and that's where we fit in. So it's been very good, some very positive meetings. It's just an introduction, I suppose, over the course of 30 minutes. So looking forward to following up next week and the week after, and sitting down to do some real business.
And how has your experience of Cork Meet Dublin Forum been this morning?
Fantastic. We were contacted by North Cork Enterprise Board 3 months ago about the event. I suppose we put a lot of preparation into it, preparing our pitches, preparing our documentation and our brochures, and I have to say every conversation we've had today has been valuable. Everyone we've talked to had something to contribute to us, be it advice, contacts, business, leads. So no, it's definitely very, very valuable, and I look forward to being here again next year.
And have you met some good contacts that you think you'll follow up with after the event?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about contacts, it's all about networking. And I think from this, I probably would have established about 20 or 30 very, very good networks going forward.
It's been excellent so far. I've had really good schedule of meetings all morning. top class meetings with companies that we'd find it very difficult to meet in normal circumstances. So I'd have to say it's been absolutely excellent value for money so far. This is my third year doing Cork Meets. I've been the last 2 years at Cork Meets below in Cork, and I had no hesitation in coming to Dublin. It's a great venue, it's a great event, fantastically organised, and we also get great help from the North Cork Enterprise Board to do this sort of thing, so it's been exceptional.
Well, at the Croke Park Conference Centre today we had a fantastic meeting between both Cork and Dublin companies. Over 250 companies were involved, and there was fierce networking between the whole lot of them. It has been a fantastic success, and I think, take into consideration our 2 previous Cork meets in Cork, this has been a step forward and it's been a fantastic day for everyone. We're looking at a situation that for very small money people have access to over 250 companies here today, and the amount of networking and trading has been amazing. And I think if you're looking at a cheap and effective way of communicating with the actual business people out there, today is a great example of it.
Cork Chamber of Commerce has been involved in the Cork Meet series from the beginning. We strive to enhance the business opportunities for our chamber members in the Cork region, and it's a good opportunity for us to work with the other local stakeholders in Cork to give our companies the opportunity to network with companies from Cork and from the Dublin region. I think that everybody's been very positive and very optimistic today. There's a lot of buzz going on in that room, a lot of activity going on, so people seem to be making great connections in the meetings, in the coffee breaks, in the lunch breaks, so there's a lot of activity going on today.
I know that the Irish Times are actually media sponsors here today. Why was it important for you to get involved?
Well, I suppose in this day and age, business is very important for everybody, and seeing so many businesses getting involved in this, I thought it was an ideal thing for us to do as a newspaper to get involved. I think there's plenty of potential for growth with ourselves in Cork, and Cork has grown exponentially. I think there's over 500,000 people now living in Cork, so I think it's a good thing for us to align ourselves with such an important business venture.
And how have you found it today?
Well, it's been very tiring but very fruitful actually. I've met various different people from different industries. The conversation has been, I suppose, very fruitful on both sides, and I've learnt a lot of stuff. I've given some information about our paper and what we can do as well. So very, very useful and very, very productive.
So what does a small company have to do, or any company have to do, to get involved in the Cork Meet process?
Well, the main thing is to register and input your information, so put up your own profile first, because there are companies looking for what you have to offer. And then the second thing is to review the companies that you want to do business with and take that time. The key to this, the way you get a real return on this, is if you spend a little bit of time before, the best effort into it, and spend some time afterwards following up. That's how you get the best out of it.
And how have you found Cork Meet Dublin today?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, not only to meet people from Cork, but some other associates from Dublin who we've met before, some new clients, I can't even put a price on the value it's been to our company, I mean, we'll 100% be attending next year,
And why was coming here to this event today so important, do you think?
Well, looking at part of the Fingal Enterprise Board, I've seen a lot of the events that they run, and they're always very well organised. So when I saw a bigger event with the opportunity to see and meet a lot of people from around the country, I just thought it was a fantastic opportunity to get the new company name out there.
And how has it been so far?
Very interesting. Met some great people so far. Got some great business cards and even some opportunities that could be coming from it as well. So, very positive, and I've really enjoyed the day so far.
And what brought you to Cork Meet Dublin today?
Well, again, just to get out and network, meet people, try and see what's happening in the world.
And how has the event been so far for you?
Very helpful, and as much the informal meetings as the formal set-up meetings, just chatting over coffee was wonderful.
And is it something that you think will benefit you in your work going forward?
Absolutely.
And tell me, what brings you to Cork Meet Dublin 2011?
Just to meet as many people in tourist industry as I can, hotels especially, and coach companies.
And how have you found it today?
Very useful. I met at least 6 hotels and all the representatives, so finding it very useful and made some great contacts.
And is it something you think you might be coming back to again next year?
Yeah, well, hopefully if we're all in business next year, I'll definitely be back, so looking forward to it already.
What about next year or the future? Where do you see Cork Meet going?
Well, we are taking feedback on board all the time, pre this event and here today. There's a lot of interest in having Cork Meet again back in Cork next year, so I think that definitely is on the card. Notwithstanding that, there's also a lot of interest in bringing Cork businesses to another event, another location. Maybe both concepts will be used next year, but Cork Meet is here to stay, and I imagine there'll be quite a few more events in the coming weeks, months and years.